can't stay.
Good morning from freezing cold Manchester. Today I want to do a follow-up video to yesterday's video about paying your coaches well, paying them a livable income. I got a bunch of messages yesterday and a couple of comments about how do we pay them a livable income without giving them, 8 classes, 6 days a week, that kind of stuff. So I want to talk a little bit about that today. First, I want to break down this idea of what is it that the coaches actually need. They don't need 40 hours a week or 30 hours a week or whatever you want to call full-time. They need a livable wage. How they get that doesn't really matter. They don't give a fuck how they get that. But let's think about it from an end result point of view, right? What they need is this much money, right? So now we can get a little bit creative about how we give it to them. So the first way, and this is going to seem obvious, and I don't mean to make this sound easier than it is, but the first way is to pay them more, right? Pay them more per hour. Now, like I said, it's not easy to do this. To pay them more, you have to make more. So this should be a huge driver for you as an affiliate owner to be successful. If you're paying them $20 an hour, you want to be successful enough that you can pay them $40 an hour or $50 an hour. Now again, you don't do that and then you go home and starve and eat 2-minute noodles. It has to work for everybody, so you have to make more money. But that's the first way, is to pay them more. And again, I don't want to make that sound oversimplified because it's hard to make more money, but you can. Second thing is to look at alternative sources of income for your coaches, right? So the biggest one being private coaching. Now notice I said private coaching, not personal training, right? Personal training is a very different thing. Personal training is a fitness routine that someone does and they go 3 days a week and they go to their personal trainer and it's their ongoing thing. My approach to private coaching for CrossFit is it's a short one-off or 3 lessons or 5 lessons on a specific skill set, right? It's like a little miniature course one-on-one with one of the coaches, right? This stops our coaches from cannibalizing our members, right? So it's not an ongoing fitness program. It's a once-off or maybe 3 classes or 5 class pack deal that our coaches do. Now, when we do this, let's not fall into the fitness industry trap of taking a bunch of money from our coaches, right? The averages I've seen everything from 20%, 25%, right up to 60, even plus percent of the private coaching fee from the coaches. That's a super jerky thing to do. And I know there's going to be people out there going, oh, but Ty, that's the industry standard. I don't give a fuck if that's the industry standard. This industry is built on exploiting personal trainers. So how much of our coaches' private coaching fee should we take? Well, the answer is as little as possible. If there's no direct overheads, and don't just say electricity for the lights and that kind, wear on equipment. If there's no real overheads for you, like taxes and that kind of stuff, take nothing, right? Yes, you get nothing from that, but that's not your core competency. That's not your core profit stream, right? That's not where you should be making your money off your coaches, right? But the return on investment you get from your coaches, the loyalty you get for looking after them and for getting them one step closer to making a livable wage, that's worth way more than the measly 20 or 30 or 40% that you might get. So get your coaches on private coaching and give them as much of it as you can. Another great way to get your coaches one step closer to a livable income is masterclasses and short courses. So they might run a 4-hour masterclass on the snatch or the muscle up or a handstand push-up or something like that the members are into and charge maybe $50 for it. And then they take the lion's share of that money, less expenses. Or short courses. Now, a lot of you guys know I'm not a big fan of specialty classes, but if you take that specialty class and turn it into an 8 or 10 week course with some structure, with an event at the end like a competition, then you can charge a decent amount for it. And again, you get your coaches to organize, to market, and then to run this, and then you do a profit share with them. So I know it's not easy and super simple to get your coaches to a livable wage, but that doesn't mean that we try. So make more money. I know it sounds simple, but make more money so that you can pay them more money. Look at things like private coaching and give them a decent share. Don't try and exploit them. Don't try and rip them off. And look at things like short courses, masterclasses, that kind of stuff, and anything else you can imagine. These guys are your coaches. They are your product. They should be your family, right? Look after them. I hope that helps, guys. I'm so fucking cold. I'll see you tomorrow.